It is Monday, January 20th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. Happy MLK Day. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. JBL has denied more bullying claims, this time that he bullied Chris Kanyon on his sexuality. Listen, JBL's a bully. We know JBL's a bully. He can deny it all he wants. He does not want to look bad in the later parts of his career. He is a bully. For those of you that don't know, Chris Kanyon was a gay wrestler. He hid it for a very, very long time and ultimately committed suicide due to the bullying of those in the professional wrestling industry. It very much sucks as Kanyon had a lot of talent and was taken from us to soon AEW talent are in favor of Malachi Black leaving AEW. Looks like he kind of got a reputation of not really wanting to put people over, and though he lost a lot of matches, he still won a lot more. For some reason, something did not work, did not click with him, as the House of Black were pushed very, very well, but it looks like we'll be getting a new trademark with the Hounds of Hell featuring Brody, Buddy, and Julia Hart. Janelle Grant has requested a status conference for her lawsuit against Vincent McMahon and the WWE. This comes over after the SEC charges Vincent McMahon paying his settled fines and among other things, but a judge has denied the status conference, and he believes there's no need for it. This is not the last you've heard of Janelle Grant. This will continue, this lawsuit. WWE and TNA have entered into a special partnership and collaboration talent exchange. We will see what this partnership means looking forward. A lot of people think this is just a way for WWE to poach talent from TNA. We will see how this collaboration works, how it goes down. TNA Genesis was last night. We've seen a couple stars here and there already show up, especially on NXT this past week. Megan Bayne has apparently always been under AEW contract, so this goes back into at least the year, 2023, I believe. So she made her debut at the Casino Gauntlet, the first ever women's Casino Gauntlet, and she's a part of the AEW roster. Speaking of women and horses like her, we don't know what's going on with Camille. She is still under contract. It looks like they're just waiting for the right time to bring her back. Do not waste an amazing talent like Camille. The fact that we never got a blow-off match between her and Mercedes Moné is kind of absurd. Ex-WWE star Baron Corbin did something very, very shocking that I very much agree with him. He defended the practices of AEW and professional wrestling in general. He broke down the contract. He goes, just because you have a contract does not guarantee you TV time. When you sign a contract, both parties have to honor the contract. And if you think you can just let someone go because they're upset, well, it sets a precedent that anybody can do it. He is right. Yes, the situation with Ray Phoenix and AEW sucks, but he is very, very right. You honor the contract. Just because you have one doesn't mean you're going to get on TV. PCO shockingly at the kind of good, kind of very bad GCW event last night ended up destroying the TNA Digital Media Championship, I believe, with a sledgehammer, and he pretty much started shooting. He loves the roster and some of the people in charge, but something happened and he had a complete meltdown, and looks like he is done with TNA. And some kind of really shocking news. Looks like AEW is moving on from Britt Baker. She has not been on TV since making the return. She's been on TV one time since her return match against Mercedes. They had a show in Pittsburgh, and it looks like they were supposed to start a feud with her and Serena Deeb, but Deeb hasn't been on TV. Apparently they know she's dating Marty Scurll, and she's a right-wing nut. And Britt kind of brushed her off, and it looks like she's just not well liked in the locker room. Honestly, the women's roster has passed her by in terms of talent, in terms of wrestling ability. She has become complacent. And yeah, she was big during the time of the pandemic because you needed a star, but this is not a loss for AEW. And for everybody that jumped on Thunder Rosa's back due to Britt Baker, who's left standing now? On the injury side of things, Tyler Tyler Bates is making his return soon after a major injury he had. I remember he suffered a knee injury, I believe, and he will be returning. Looks like possibly to re-team up with Pete Dunne. Anthony Henry is back in the ring after his major injury. He made his return after his bicep surgery, so it looks like he will be back in the ring getting things going. And the Ring of Honor star has been pulled from the event after the injury, and that would be none other than one of the prodigies of professional wrestling, Billy Starks. We don't know what the injury is at the moment, so we'll keep you updated on that. But Billy Starks is a rising future star in this business. And AEW X-Rays revealed that Allie Katch at the GCW show last night broke her ankle and her leg. She will be out for a good long while. We will see how things go with her upcoming surgery. It sucks because Allie Katch is one of the few top stars left on the independent wrestling scene when it comes to the women. I wish her all the best and healthy recovery, and we'll be right back with the weekend review. All right, Monday Night Raw weekend review. This is how we start off, and this was the real start to the Netflix era. So we open up with CM Punk, who gloats about beating Seth Rollins, and he's ready to enter the Rumble, move on. The main event, WrestleMania. Seth comes out and says he's got one goal. That's to make sure Punk doesn't win the Royal Rumble. So I love this hating attitude from Seth. Drew also comes out and says he's entering the Rumble. Make sure both of them don't win. Penta made his debut and defeated Chad Gable. Finn mocks Liv, saying, she'll get the world championship back. And Dom wants to reconcile. Liv's like, she's not mad at all. Sheamus defeated Ludwig Kaiser. Hopefully this feud is done, and he faces off with Braun Breaker. Looks like they'll be facing each other for the Intercontinental Championship at Saturday night's main event. That's this weekend, I believe. Seth will fight Drew next week, and then chide Sammy for helping Roman get the Ula file back, putting him back in power. We did everything to take power away from him, and you just helped him. For what reason? The Wyatts have been moved to SmackDown, which Cross doesn't like, and he spits some poison to Sammy. Like, you're losing friendships over helping other people and over helping Roman Reigns, and he's up Sammy himself getting a match versus The Miz. Jey Uso challenges Gunther for the world title at Saturday Night Main Event, which Gunther laughably accepts. So we'll see how that goes for Jey at SNME. Lyra Valkyrie defeated Dakota Kai to become the first ever women's Intercontinental Championship. And honestly, this match wasn't even really close. Lyra was in control most of this match. Sami Zayn defeated The Miz. Nia and Bayley both interrupted Rhea Ripley, which ends with Rhea and Bayley beating up Nia. And in the main event, Damian Priest defeated Finn Balor in a street fight. This show gets a fist, and it was much better than the debut on Netflix. Over on Dynamite, this was Maximum Carnage, the Dynamite edition. Kenny Omega made his return. In-ring return, defeated Brian Cage. This was the Best Bout Machine versus The Machine. The Don Callis family ended up beating Omega up after the match, and Ospreay failed to make the save as he and Kenny took double brain busters from Takeshita and Cal. Fletcher MVP's lacing of the boots again. We had a New York Minute with Jericho. This was about the 12-man tag going down on Collision that Saturday, which tells me that, the main event's going to go a certain way for tonight. Ricochet came out and said the picture is worth 1,000 words. Shows on the screen of him standing over a bloodied Swerve Strickland, which he did. Prince Nana and Swerve came out and attacked Ricochet, and Ricochet ran off. We had a Mercedes Moné video package, keeping her at the forefront for all of us. The Hurt Syndicate, and the Hurt Syndicate defeated Private Party and Mark Briscoe. MJF and Jeff Jarrett had an in-ring segment, spinning circles. It was long. It was fine, but it was long. It didn't need to be this long. We could have got a second women's match on this show. Hook defeated Christian Cage by DQ after the patriarchy attack. Shibata and a returning Samoa Joe made the return to save Hook. So it looks like we got a nice little trio feud. This was a whole Christian over. Do not forget, he has that contract to get a guaranteed world championship match. Dustin Rhodes tells Jeff Jarrett that he has his back. Toni Storm ended up winning the first ever Women's Casino Gauntlet to earn a title shot at Grand Slam. Mariah May was on commentary, and the big shock here was that Bayne made her AEW debut, which Mariah May really did not like. We had some good storyline moments here. Julia Hart hitting Harley Cameron with the miss. The slow reconciliation between Willow and Statlander. But this was good. We had nice Hoss action. This was good. In the main event, Mox defeated Powerhouse Hobbs, retaining the AEW World Championship. Hobbs bloodied Mox. The Death Riders attacked Hobbs after the match and left him laying after attacking his formerly injured leg. Over Impact, this was the Genesis Go Home show. This gets a fist along with, Dynamite got a fist as well. So Leon Slater defeated Trent Seven. Slater and Cass faced off. We had a promo package, video package for Joe Hendry, We Believe. The Elegance, Heather and Ash had a pre-championship celebration, which ended in a brawl with Spitfire. Steve Macklin and Eric Young defeated First Class. Rosemary and Monster Slamovich had a confessional. This was very, very well done. Josh Alexander accepts Santana's I Quit match stipulation. Jake Something defeated Laredo Kid. The Hardys defeated Sami Callihan and PCO. Jordynne Grace says Tessa still hasn't signed the contract. Nick Neiman saved his brother from Joe Hendry after they were having an in-ring segment, and then Tessa signed the contract, and Jordynne Grace laid her out with the Grace Driver. Over on SmackDown. Oh wait, should I? No. Go check out what just happened for the Genesis results. SmackDown. This show gets a fist as well. It was a simple show. Nothing really of note happened here. So we're in San Diego, and Ray was here in his hometown. He's happy to be here. KO isn't the champion. He comes out, and Ray's like, "Look, bro, with all due respect, you're not the champion. That's Cody, but if I ever get the title, I'll gladly face you, man. I got nothing but love and respect for you." And KO ends up beating up Ray and gets away. Bianca Belair apologizes to Naomi for last week when they did a 4-way match. Nick Aldis makes a match between KO and Ray, and Cody won't sign the addendum in the contract unless KO signs. Bianca Belair and Naomi defeated Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Bayley vows to beat Tiffany Stratton and get her revenge, because remember, it was Tiffany that helped ended Bayley's reign. B-Fab steps up to Chelsea. Jimmy Uso versus Mello ended in no contest after the Bloodline attack. Solo came out and didn't speak. He just left. So Jacob got on the mic. It was like, y'all thought I was crazy? I ain't crazy. I'm just getting started, and I'm going to get mine like I always got mine. LA Knight and Braun Strowman came out to run them off. The Motor City Machine Guns defeated Los Garza. KO won't sign unless Cody signs. It's Tiffy time tonight. She says she's going to retain against Bayley, because she'll probably retain against Bayley. KO beat Rey Mysterio. I was going to hit this man with a package power driver, but Cody made the save until security broke them up. Nick Aldis sets a contract signing for Saturday night's main event, led by HBK. DIY are still playing pretty deadly in it. Apollo Crews tells DIY, like, yo, you're getting strung along. And DIY attack Apollo Crews in the main event. Tiffany Stratton defeated Bayley to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez was ringside for this one. Over on Collision, this show gets a fist. Hangman Page defeated Christopher Daniels in a really brutal Texas death match, and after the match, hit him with an angel wings. We had an in-ring interview with Toni Storm, and she'll go face-to-face with Mariah May next week. And Tony Schiavone was trying to get her to come to her senses. But of note, Tony's hair was dyed like her timeless Toni Storm character. It wasn't blonde. It was the platinum. Pay attention, everybody. The Hurt Syndicate won the tag team titles. The Undisputed Kingdom beat Shane Taylor Promotions. Shane Taylor laid them all out to Jeff Garcia, Lord. Daniel Garcia made the save. Will Ospreay wants to meet Kenny Omega face-to-face next week. The Murder Machines defeated Top Flight. Action Andretti and Leo Rush attacked Top Flight after the match. The Undisputed Kingdom challenged Garcia to a trios match. He's like, listen, you know what I mean? I bring the father in, so it'll be the Undisputed Kingdom versus Dan Garcia in 2.0. The Acclaimed officially broke up. Bowens has had it with Max. Max literally has a plaque saying he is the best wrestler alive. Billy Gunn made his return and Max made Anthony choose, and Anthony chose Daddy Ass. Swerve says he will get his hands on Ricochet before their scheduled match. Okada retained the Continental Championship after defeating Tomohiro Ishii, which there wasn't a commercial break for this match. Dustin Rhodes won a squash match. Julia Hart beat Harley Cameron. Harley was selling the effects of the mist. And in the main event, we had a 12-man tag match with Hobbs, who got hurt earlier tonight, was jumped by the Learning Tree. It was rated FT Runners and Hobbs versus the Learning Tree and the Death Triangle, the Death Riders. But the faces won after Hobbs made that injury come back. This was a fine show. It kind of felt separate from Dynamite. I really truly believe that both shows would work well, Dynamite and Collision, if they had a soft roster split. Our matches of the week: from Raw, Penta versus Chad Gable. From Dynamite, the Women's Casino Gauntlet, won by Toni Storm. Also from Dynamite, Jon Moxley versus Powerhouse Hobbs for the AEW World Championship. From Smackdown, Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. And of course, Tiffany Stratton versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. And from Genesis, Tessa Blanchard versus Jordynne Grace. There was a couple matches that I thought about fitting on here, but that was probably the standout for me at Genesis. Our star of the week: Megan Bayne, Penta, and Joe Hendry. But that is our show. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for watching. Once again, look on the screen what we got coming up throughout the rest of the month. Check out the socials: Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram. And as always, I will see you when I see you. Peace.